Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Simon here, back with another video. I know that I've not been uploading this week. I've just been having a little bit of a break, just from the rigmarole of YouTube and life. But we are back with the final episode of Season 1 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. And the title of the episode is Kamino Lost. And, well, I think it doesn't take a genius to figure out what that means. I mean, literally the end of the last episode was Kamino being blasted to bits in, a bombardment by Admiral Rampart and his, Venator cruisers. It's really weird, seeing something that has been like an established part of Star Wars lore for so long. Not just, we obviously saw it for the first time in Attack of the Clones, which was, released almost 20 years ago now, but more so through the memories that we've built through the Clone Wars. Kamino has been a huge part of everything. Even the games, Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefront 2, the original Battlefronts, there's been so many things take place on Kamino that you don't like to think of it as a place that, gets destroyed. The clones are gone, the cloning facilities are gone, the Kaminoans are gone. It really is the end of an era. And I think that was the whole point, is by the end of this season, they wanted to show the end of the clone era and the beginning of the Stormtrooper era. And, they're doing a good job of it, They've thrown us right into the mix with Crosshair. And in the last episode, his intent was really interesting. The fact that, he took out his whole squad to give, his brothers a chance to show who they are, said a lot to me. He was still doing things even without his chip. So he's obviously become fairly loyal to the Empire, and he's trying to convince them. He's got loyalty to them as well, to the Bad Batch, but he's trying to convince them to join the Empire, and they're just not going to have it. So, how they're going to work together in this episode with him having been knocked unconscious, we'll see if that changes his mindset at all. It's really something that I don't know how, to react to that. It's going to be an interesting one, but this is the last episode. Season 2 is coming next year. We have Star Wars Visions, I believe, coming soon, which is going to be an interesting take on Star Wars. It's going to be a departure from, the norm, which is nice. And I don't know if we're supposed to be getting the Book of Boba Fett later this year, or if that's early next year. I don't quite know what the schedule is for that, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to jump in. So, yes, I normally say a big thank you to all my Patreon super supporters, but I just want to say a thank you to everyone at this point for being so supportive. For if you do follow me on Patreon, where all my videos are available in full for as little as $5 a month. I do appreciate your support, I really do, especially during the last week when I've not been uploading, just because you need a break every now and then. But yeah, we are going to jump in, so let's see what happens. They are wrecking the place, like heavy duty wrecking. But I love the visuals, again. Oh man. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Just when they're all together, they get separated again.
All Kaminoan facilities have collapsed.
You can sense the regret in their voice.
Very good. Rendezvous with the fleet.
That's a beautiful shot. Oh shit! Oh, she's alone with Crosshair. That makes things interesting. Maybe this is how he's going to be convinced to come back.
Greetings, CT-9904. You survived the aerial bombardment, but are now moments away from drowning.
It's like, well done for living, but you're about to die.
Go under and use your boosters. I'll try to break it free.
Oh, man. Come on, boys. Yes, that's it, Omega. She saved him. I like how AZ wasn't doing anything to get the door open there. Uh-oh. Damn. The cloning vats. And all the baby clones that were still in there. I love the music. It's like Star Wars' version of the Titanic.
Oh, you are okay.
I believe we have landed on the ocean floor. There is no way to accurately calculate the damage. Most of the facility must be
Huh. There's one way to calculate it.
compromised. We need to get to a space that's more secure.
Damn, this music.
Ironically, our old barracks is one of the few compartments habitable,
Huh.
albeit temporarily.
This is our room? Oh, what happened to it?
They cleaned it up.
And you threw it away.
Don't start that shit, Crosshair. Not now.
Soldiers follow orders.
Blind allegiance makes you a pawn.
No, we're not. Look. We landed on the underwater tunnel.
Oh, what? What a good bit of luck.
If we use it to reach the base post, we could get back to the Marauder.
Okay, we're good to go.
The tunnel is clear.
Oh, I love that wipe effect. The woof.
Something on your tiny mind, Wrecker.
All that time, you didn't even try to come back.
Oh.
We still would have taken you.
Let it go, Wrecker. Crosshair has always been severe and unyielding. It is his nature. You cannot change that. He cannot change that.
He's trying to say it's not his fault.
Defending me.
Oh! Okay. We got some big fishies.
Power should deter the creature.
Oh no. That's not food. It's so dark this episode. I can't see anything.
Because she was there. Omega was created.
She's
before
older
us.
than all of you.
Technically, she is older than we are.
AZ?
His batteries are going.
My battery cells are depleting.
That time is over. The Empire will control the entire galaxy, and I am going to be a part of it.
They don't want you to be a part of it.
I made the wrong choice.
How do we avoid the debris field out there?
The droid. He can do it.
AZ.
But his batteries are being depleted.
Your safety and well-being is my primary mission objective.
His batteries are going to go mid-journey. You watch. And they're going to be left bouncing all around.
Quit complaining. At least you're not doubled up.
He gets his own pod. I'm guessing that,
How's your charge holding up?
I have accessed my reserve power. We must hurry.
The explosives are set.
All right.
yeah, I thought Hunter and Crosshair might double up.
I can't say anything.
This makes me wonder, is this the first time we've seen Kamino at night? A lot of the shots I remember are in the daytime. We probably have, but I don't remember it.
You're doing great, AZ.
Oh, jeez. Bye, AZ. And he's made the choice to save Omega. He's got to push her up to the top. But his batteries are going to die. He's going to die.
Got caught on some debris. It's okay. AZ's got me.
He's gonna end up floating down.
Your path is clear. I have completed my objective.
Oh. Poor AZ. He's the final casualty of Kamino.
I'm going after AZ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going in.
Don't you do this now. Is he helping her? Yes! See? He's on side. Yeah, they were all ready to shoot him.
I have a visual on the Marauder. I suggest we start paddling.
They're like fancy canoes. Glass bottom canoes. Is that a thing? We should make it a thing. I'm going to patent it. Oh, where does Crosshair go from here? Does he go with them? Goodbye, Kamino.
You're still their brother, Crosshair. You're my brother too.
I'm not sure it's going to make a difference to him. He doesn't know how long he could be there. He could be there weeks. He could starve.
Mistress Nala Say, welcome. We are all admirers of your scientific talents. The Empire has big
That's
things
the
planned.
cloning patch that the Doctor in The Mandalorian had. So they're definitely hinting at bigger things there at the very end. Nala Se joining the cloning team, the Imperial cloning team, although obviously not by her own will. I get the feeling that, you know, obviously the team there is the same team that I forget the name of the Doctor in The Mandalorian that we see, the one who, you know, was working on Grogu. I think that's probably the same scientific team that he was on. They had the same patch on their arm, I think. So, you know, it's a question of what exactly were that cloning team working on. Obviously, I think it's partially tying into the idea of cloning Force users. You know, because Palpatine himself ends up being cloned. So, you know, whether the research here is going to be going towards that, I'm not sure. Or there could be something entirely different that's going on that could be leading us down a different path. Either way, I like this. It was a self-contained finale. It wasn't anything too over the top. No big battles. You know, no sort of convoluted politics. It was simply a story of survival. And, you know, a story showing that there is still some loyalty, some good in Crosshair that, you know, sees him have some kind of an affection for the rest of the clones. I'm surprised that he didn't end up going with them. 2 seconds, because Zuko is butting his head up against the microphone, and I'm sure it's creating all kinds of noises. Oi, no, you can't do that. Come on. There we go. Say hello. Say hello. Woo, woo, woo. Say goodbye. You know, so I'm surprised that Crosshair stayed on the platform. I mean, who knows? The Empire might not be back for a few weeks. Zuko, however, returns straight away. So, you know, it could well be that he ends up just starving to death. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but he was taking a bit of a gamble on, you know, that being the case, instead of staying with, you know, the Bad Batch, which I think maybe myself and a lot of others kind of thought that would happen. In a way, it's good because, it, you know, it's something different. It's something that you don't expect. And leading into Season 2, it gives us an in to the Empire. But the question is now, what did the Empire do with Crosshair? Because he has to explain what happened to his team. He has to explain how the Bad Batch escaped, or how he escaped on his own, if he's going to try and lie and say they didn't escape. You know, if he tells them that he helped the Bad Batch escape, they will just kill him for treason. You know, so he's got to be very careful about what happens here. He's already on shaky ground with the Empire. But they've left a whole bunch open for Season 2. That's the whole point, I think, is that this now could go anywhere. They've closed one chapter, i.e. the clones. They've opened another, Stormtroopers and the formation of the Empire. And now we have a whole galaxy for the Bad Batch to explore and to, you know, sort of interact with many characters that, you know, we've come to know and love in the later years. You know, whether there's going to be any further reunions of any of the Rebels characters, whether we'll see, you know, any more of the rebellion itself, or even, you know, Rogue Jedi, catch up with Ahsoka maybe. Could you imagine that? Doubt it. I don't know if they would do that, because Ahsoka's got a lot of stuff going on right now, and she's getting her own series that, you know, she's going to be the focus of. But you just don't know. Dave Filoni is a master at tying things together. He's a master at taking things that he's created and weaving them in ways that you never expected. And so that's what makes these shows so interesting to begin with, is the idea of how does this tie into everything. And Dave's great at doing that. But a really, really good first season. A few lulls, a few low points, a few episodes where you're like, oh, that was okay, wasn't its best. It's kind of, you know, But the music has been a standout thing for me. The music has been absolutely amazing. The animation quality has been next level. And, you know, the story itself, whilst when it's been moving as it should be, has been really good. You know, it's not a world, you know, beating story. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it's a good story. And, you know, I came in, when the Bad Batch was first announced, I was like, oh, the Bad Batch. And, like, they got 4 episodes at the end of Clone Wars. I'm not sure that's going to work. But, you know, now we're here after the first 18 episodes, 16 episodes, and I'm like, you know what? It did work. It did work, and I've actually grown quite fond of all of them. Even Crosshair, you know. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you for the next episode. Well, the next season, I should say. But there's going to be other stuff on the channel, so be sure to check it out.